The iPhone 16e is now official, and let's just say it has some rumored elements, but not all of them. OPPO has just officially announced its Find N5, and the world's thinnest phone is just a small part of the story. Humaine is shutting down, which was kind of expected given how bad its AI pen flopped. It seems Nintendo is ready to give its Joy-Cons extra functionality with the Switch 2. I'm Jaime Rivera, and I think this is the first time where most of the 4 topics were actually official. This is Tech Briefing. We have a lot of official news today, so let's begin with my quick first impressions of one of the most beautiful phones I've ever held. This is the OPPO Find N5, and if you didn't believe in foldables before, now is the time. This is the world's thinnest phone when folded at 4.2mm, beating the Honor Magic V3 and even the company's own R5 from 2014. This means that when closed, this phone is just a hair thicker and heavier than the iPhone 16 Pro Max. It's so thin that the headphone jack wouldn't fit, and they actually had to redo the USB-C connector. This was possible thanks to a new hinge mechanism made with 3D printed grade 5 titanium, along with 7000 series aluminum rails and a blend of carbon fiber. Also, the nanocrystal glass is 20% stronger on the outside, and then the anti-shock film it provides makes it 70% stronger on the inside. The outside brings a large 6.62-inch display that's nearly 21:9 in aspect ratio and can go up to 120Hz refresh rate. And then on the inside, we have an 8.12-inch diagonal display that's the largest on any foldable. Believe it or not, you actually have more surface area here than even on the iPad mini. Yes, the crease is barely noticeable, but of course, you really cannot beat physics. It's there. OPPO has also managed to fit this device with better specifications than most flagships. We're talking of a Snapdragon 8 Elite, though this version lacks a core for better thermals. Then we have 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of UFS 4.0 storage, a massive 5600 mAh silicon carbon battery, 80-watt SuperVOOC wired charging with an adapter in the box, 50-watt AirVOOC wireless charging, and heck, it's even IPX9 water resistant. We have a pretty interesting trifecta of cameras with a 50-megapixel primary, 50-megapixel periscopic telephoto, and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide, all with Hasselblad tuning. The company then continues to innovate with its ability for you to connect to a Mac and even control it through Oak plus Connect, and easily share files with an iPhone as well. It comes in 2 colors, Cosmic Black and Misty White, and yeah, I got lucky and got both of them. Expect my full review coming soon, but so far, I can tell you this is probably one of my favorite smartphone designs, not just of the year, but ever. Curious to know what you think in the comments. Now, as for other official news, but sad, sort of, let's talk about Humaine, or at least what was left of it. The company has just announced that it's selling most of its company to HP for $116 million and will halt sales of its AI pen, which flopped really bad. Current AI pen users can use their services up until 3 p.m. Eastern on February 20th, 2025. After that, key features like calling, messaging, and AI responses will stop working. Humaine advises users to download their stored files before they are deleted. Some offline functions like checking the battery will still work. Now, refunds are available, sort of. It's only for the AI pens that were within a 90-day return window, which I assume weren't much after the disastrous reviews the product got. These refund requests are due on February 27th, and then customers with active subscriptions beyond February 28th will get a partial refund. Those waiting for a recalled charging case will receive a refund after that as well. HP is really just acquiring the operating system, some technical staff, and other 300 patents. Clearly, the plan here is to bring the AI technology into other HP businesses, though the company is not famous for doing this well, if you remember how they handled Palm. And for those of you who think the $116 million is good, well, let's just say Humaine raised $240 million when it started, and was actually asking for $1 billion initially. Obviously, with only 10,000 units sold from the 100,000 projected, the company was a sinking ship from the start. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on these dedicated AI devices or their demise in the comments. Now let's switch to Nintendo, because a video teaser without any information is clearly room for more rumors. At this point, we're still a good deal of time away from the official Nintendo Switch 2 showcase on April 2nd, and new information has emerged on what changes are coming to the console. A recent patent suggests that the new Joy-Con controllers might function as computer mice, allowing for more precise controls in certain games. We've seen Lenovo already do this with the original Legion Go, though yeah, the console was kind of a mess, so it makes sense for Nintendo to try to take a better stab at it. Additionally, if you remember, the teaser video pretty much confirmed that the Switch 2 will have 2 USB-C ports, but the bigger question is, for what? New information hints to the possibility of this allowing accessories like a dual display add-on. The idea of bringing back a second screen experience similar to what we had with the Nintendo DS, either on a physical attachment or by using your TV without any latency, actually sounds pretty genius. Heck, we even heard of another patent that allows the Joy-Cons to be attached in reverse position, with the screen automatically adapting in order for the ports to be easily accessible in another way. I'm curious to know what you think about all the possible features coming to this Nintendo Switch 2 in the comments, because I'm really curious about this. And finally, for the most interesting news today, let's talk about the #Apple event. The company has just announced the iPhone 16e, and this new design is the end of a few things. First of all, let's bid our farewell to the home button, the iPhone 14 series from the store, and also the iPhone SE lineup. Apple didn't really say what the E stands for, but we assume it means essential, as this is pretty much an iPhone 16 in most things, though with a few corners cut to make it more affordable. In a nutshell, the best way to see it is to not draw comparisons with the iPhone SE, as this phone is a lot more. I can't tell you that it's based on the iPhone 14 or 15 just yet, because at simple glance, it borrows from all of them and then innovates in something none of them have. It's built on matte aluminum rails with a glossy back in either white or black. Sad there's no red color here, but it is what it is. This is ceramic shield, by the way, so it doesn't cheap out on durability. It doesn't bring camera control, but it does bring an action button for you to choose what to do with it, which even includes vision intelligence. Yes, this means this phone brings the full suite of Apple Intelligence with its A18 chip, though even if that means that it includes one less GPU core compared to the base iPhone 16, it still is a better buy than paying a bit more for the iPhone 15 that still is on sale with no AI. The Fusion camera is then a 48 megapixels, meaning it's capable of a 2x optical crop and can provide you with 24 or 48 megapixel shots depending on what you pick. That being said, this isn't sensor shift stabilization, as Apple opted for traditional OIS. There is no macro photography nor spatial video, obviously, and you do get portrait mode, but it seems you won't be able to fix anything in post. That said, it does record video at 4K at 60 in Dolby Vision, and then at the front we have a narrower notch with Face ID, and by the way, this is a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display, which is another huge departure from Apple's previous affordable approach. Some changes are interesting though. We have wireless charging here, but it's a slower 7.5 watts and not MagSafe. Then there's the fact that this phone brings Apple's first ever C1 modem, which has been rumored for years. The company claims this allows major improvements in connectivity and endurance, with this smaller iPhone being capable of 4 more hours of battery life than even the base iPhone 16. And by the way, it also brings satellite SOS and crash detection like the higher-end models. Last but not least, yes, at $599, this iPhone SE is a lot more expensive than the old SE at $429, but if we're honest, this is a far better phone in so many ways and has double the storage. There's the value proposition of better endurance and most of the iPhone 16 features on a more affordable package. In today's question, let me know, what do you think about this iPhone 16e? Do you think it's an iPhone 16 with the essentials you care about for a good price? I actually like the proposition in more than a few ways, but I'm curious to know what you think in the comments. Friends, again, Tech Briefing is a work in progress, and for us to continue into the next phase, we need your support. But again, this is the good kind of support where all we ask is for you to like, subscribe, and also join the comments, as we love the conversation. Tell your friends I've started a new channel, and also follow me on social media, which is also of huge support. Tech Briefing alone is the work of 3 people, so we really hope you like what you see. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.